Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories within your favorite company's financial filings. Today, we're diving into BAB Incorporated's latest quarterly report, and let's just say the numbers tell a tale of resilience, but also a path that is not without its bumps. Get ready because we're about to decode what those financial tables really mean for the company's future, and stick around to find out if BAB Incorporated is cooking up success or just burning the bagels. Remember, if you love getting these insider looks at corporate finances, make sure you are subscribed and join our growing community on Discord. The link is in the description below. This is BAB Incorporated's quarterly report, a look at their financial health for the period ending the 31st of August 2025. Think of it as a check up on how the business has been doing over the past few months. Let's start by looking at the company's balance sheet, which is like a snapshot of what BAB Incorporated owns and owes. On the 31st of August 2025, their total assets were about $4.9 million. That is slightly up from about $4.8 million at the end of November 2024. Their current assets, meaning things they can turn into cash within a year, stood at around $2.6 million for both periods. This includes cash, which is important for day-to-day operations. Cash on hand was approximately $2 million at the end of August 2025, a small dip from about $2.2 million in November 2024. Restricted cash, money set aside for specific purposes, saw a noticeable increase from about $160,000 to $395,000. This could mean they have more obligations or commitments requiring dedicated funds. Looking at liabilities, which are what the company owes, total liabilities were $1.5 million for both periods. This indicates a stable debt situation. Current liabilities also stayed relatively consistent, around $827,000 in August 2025 compared to $725,000 in November 2024. This segment includes things like accounts payable and accrued expenses. Now, let's talk about what the owners have in the company. Total stockholders' equity was approximately $3.4 million in August 2025, an increase from about $3.3 million in November 2024. This growth in equity is generally a positive sign, meaning the company's net worth has increased. Moving on to the income statement, this shows us how much money the company made and spent over a period of time. For the 3 months ending the 31st of August 2025, BAB Incorporated reported net income of about $168,000. This is a slight increase from roughly $160,000 in the same period of 2024. Total revenues for this 3-month period were about $768,000 in 2025, down from $872,000 in 2024. The company explains this drop is mainly due to a decrease in marketing fund expenses. Now, here is a key insight: under accounting rules, marketing fund revenue and expenses directly offset each other. So, while revenue appears lower, it doesn't actually impact the company's profit. Royalty fees, a core part of their business, were $511,000 for the quarter ending August 2025, a small decrease of about 1.3% from the previous year. This suggests a slight slowdown in sales from their franchise locations. Franchise fees also saw a significant drop from $9,000 in 2024 to just $3,000 in 2025. This is attributed to fewer store transfers in the current period. Licensing fees and other income, however, showed a healthy increase of 34%, reaching $67,000 in 2025 compared to $50,000 in 2024. This diversification is a good sign. Total operating expenses decreased by about 17.5%, from $667,000 in 2024 to $550,000 in 2025. This reduction is largely driven by lower marketing fund expenses, which, as we noted, is a wash for net income. Income from operations stood at about $218,000 for the 3 months ending August 2025, an increase from $205,000 in the prior year, showing improved operational efficiency even with lower revenue. Earnings per share remained steady at $0.02 for both quarters. This means for every share of stock, the company earned 2 cents. Now let's look at the cash flow statement, which tracks the actual cash moving in and out of the business. For the 9 months ending the 31st of August 2025, BAB Incorporated generated about $455,000 in cash from operating activities. This is up from $418,000 in the same period of 2024. Even though total revenue decreased for the 9 months, net income actually increased to $438,000 in 2025 compared to $405,000 in 2024. This suggests the company is becoming more efficient at turning its revenue into profit. The positive cash flow from operations is is a very important indicator of a company's health. It means the core business is generating enough cash to cover its expenses and investments. Investing activities used a small amount of cash, about $3,000 in 2025. This is minimal and suggests the company is making any large capital expenditures right now. Financing activities show cash used for dividends and distributions, which were $363,000 in 2025, an increase from $291,000 in 2024. This shows the company is returning more cash to shareholders. Let's understand what BAB Incorporated actually does. They franchise and license bagel and muffin retail units under names like Big Apple Bagels, My Favorite Muffin, and Sweet Do It. They also derive income from selling branded products through other channels. It seems like a franchise model focused on baked goods and coffee. At the end of August 2025, they had 60 franchised and 4 licensed units open. This is a decrease from 64 franchised and 4 licensed units a year prior. They also have 4 units under development. This slight contraction in open stores might be a concern, especially for a franchise model where growth is key. Here is where we dig into how they record their earnings for franchise and related revenue. They receive initial non-refundable fees and ongoing royalty fees based on a percentage of sales. They've got a complex system for recognizing these revenues, allocating them to different performance obligations. An interesting point is their gift card breakage revenue. They estimate and recognize revenue from gift cards that are unlikely to be redeemed. They even recognized an additional $32,000 in income from this in 2025, based on their assessment. The marketing fund revenue, which we saw impacting their top line numbers, is where franchisees contribute for marketing efforts. BAB Incorporated acts as the principal here, meaning they manage it and record it as revenue and expense. For the 9 months ended the 31st of August 2025, total revenues were around $2.3 million, down from $2.6 million in the same period of 2024. This decrease is again largely tied to those marketing fund revenues and expenses. Royalty fee revenue for the 9 months decreased slightly by about 0.7%. This is the crucial metric for a franchise business, showing the overall sales activity of their franchisees. A small dip here might not be alarming on its own. Total operating expenses saw a significant drop of almost 15% for the 9 months, falling from $2.1 million in 2024 to $1.7 million in 2025. This efficiency improvement is commendable. Let's quickly touch on liquidity. At the 31st of August 2025, the company had working capital of $1.8 million and over $2 million in unrestricted cash. This indicates they have enough liquid assets to meet their short-term obligations. Under stockholder S equity, we see details about dividends. They've been declaring quarterly dividends, with a recent one declared for September 2025. This shows a commitment to returning value to shareholders. The company's management, including the CEO and CFO, have reviewed their internal controls and procedures and found them to be effective. This is important because it suggests the numbers presented in the report are reliable and that the company has good systems in place for financial reporting. Finally, regarding legal matters, the company states that while they may face legal proceedings in their normal course of business, they do not believe any of these will have a material impact on their financial position. They are not aware of any pending or threatened significant legal action. Now, let's talk about what this all means. BAB Incorporated is operating a business model that has seen some contraction in its number of open units. While the slight decrease in royalty fees is worth watching, the company's ability to maintain profitability and positive cash flow, even with revenue fluctuations, is a testament to their cost management. The increase in dividends suggests management is confident in the company's stability and future earnings potential. However, the decline in franchised units and the overall revenue dip due to marketing fund adjustments do raise questions about growth prospects. They seem to be doing a good job of managing what they have and returning value to shareholders, but accelerating growth may be a challenge given the current unit count trend. That is our deep dive into BAB Incorporated's latest quarterly report. What are your thoughts on their financial health and future direction? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this analysis helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and don't forget to join our Discord community for more in-depth discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.